Okay, hi everyone. And this is task number 4, speech sound and semantic. I'm Fernando Cortés Ortiz, and my tutor is Jenny Alexandra Pulido. What about the topics in this case? What is the phonetic and phonology? Phonetic and versus phonology, branch of phonetic, voice and voiceless, place of articulation, and method of articulations. What is the phonetics? Phonetics is about the physical production and perception of sound and speech. It is the study of physical aspect of the speech. It studies all possible speech sounds. Phonetics is all about studying the sounds we make when we talk. What about the phonology? Phonology deals with the system and pattern of space sounds in a language. It describes the way sound function within a given language or across languages. Phonology is the study of how sounds are organized and used in natural languages. What about the phonology versus phonetics? In phonology, analysis the sound pattern of a particular language by determining which phonetic sounds are significant and explaining how these sounds are interpreted by the native speaker. For phonetic, analyze the production of all human speech sounds regardless of language. Phonology. Phonology is the study of how sounds are organized and used in natural language. Phonetic is the study of human speech sound. In phonology, the phonological system of a language includes an inventory of sound and their features, and pragmatic rules which specify how sounds interact with each other. And the phonetics studies which sounds are present in a language. Phonology studies how these sounds combine and how they change in combination, as well as which sound can contrast to produce different in meaning. Phonetic simply describes the articulatory and acoustic properties of speech sounds. What about the branches of phonetics? We have acoustic phonetics. This is the study of the sound waves made by the human vocal organs for communication and how the sounds are transmitted. Auditory phonetics. This is how they perceive and hear sounds and how the ear, brain, and auditory nerve perceives the sounds. Articulatory phonetics is interested in the movement of various parts of the vocal tract during speech. What about the articulations? In articulation, we have voiceless, when the vocal folds are spread apart. The air from the lungs passes between them. We have obstruction. When we're talking about the voice, when the vocal folds are drawn together, the air from the lungs repeatedly pushes them apart as it passes through, and this creating a vibration effect. What about the place of articulation? The point where a sound is produced are referred to as its place of articulations. The symbols are enclosed with square brackets. Bilabials. There are some formed using both upper and lower lips. The initial sound in the words pat, bat, way, and mat are all bilabials. They are represented by the symbols P, B, M, and W. Dentals. There are sounds formed with the tongue tip behind the upper front teeth. The initial sound of thin and the final sound of bat are both dentals. The symbol used for this sound are o, o, there, then, and thus are the examples. Alveolars. There are sounds formed with the front part of the tongue of the alveolar ridge, which is the raw bony ridge immediately behind and above the upper teeth. The initial sounds in top, dip, sit, su, nut, lap, lip, and right are all alveolars. The symbols are T, D, S, Z, and L, R. Palatals. Sounds produced with the tongue and the palate are called palatals. The initial sound in the words shoot and child, z, so the word shoe grows behind and ends with the palatal sounds, and the word charge begins and ends with the palatal sound. What about the velars? Some produced with the back of the tongue and against the velum are called velars, represented by the symbol K, G, and N, keep, kill, go, gun, give, sin, and ringing. Also the initial sound in car and cool. Despite the variety in spelling in this case, sound is both the initial and final sound in the words cook, kick, and coke. Glottals. There is one sound that is produced without the active use of the tongue and other parts of the mouth. What about the manner of articulation? Manner of articulation describes how the tongue, lips, jaw, and other speech organs are involved in making a sound. For example, T and S are both voiceless alveolar sounds. They differ in their manner of articulation, that's it, in the way they are pronounced. The T sound is one of set of sounds called stop, and the S sound is one of a set called fricatives. What about the stops? This type of consonant sound result from a blocking or stopping effect on the hair string. It's called a stop. They are produced by some form of stopping of the hair string, then letting it go abruptly. The set of stops are P, B, T, D, K, and G. Fricates. The manner of articulation in producing the set of sound F, V, O, S, Z involves almost blocking the hair string and having the air pushed through the very row opening. As the air is pushed through, a tie of friction is produced and resulting sounds are called fricatives. If you put your open hand in front of your mouth when making this sound F and S in particular, you should be able to feel the stream of air being pushed out. Affricate. If you combine a brief stopping of the air stream with the obstruct relays which cause some friction, these are called affricates. Occur at the beginning of the word chip and jip. This is the set of article sound. In this case, we're talking about the nasals. Nasals we use when the balloon is lower and the air stream is allowing the flow to through the nose to produce sounds and described as nasals. The word marking kinning and name begin and end with nasals. Set of nasal sound M, N, M. What about the approximants? They are produced with the tongue moving or gliding toward from the position of a nearly vowel. W, G, R, R. What about the example? We, with, you, yes, left, and right. And this is the explanation. Thank you for your attention. Bye.